there were very few sellers for this product. When you have a situation of a product with high demand, super low supply, do you think that it will sell out by itself? Does it make total sense? And also, do you think that you can even increase pricing for this kind of product? Definitely, right? Arup says yes, definitely. Things like face mask. Because of COVID, demand is so high, supply is so low, you can increase price, you will still sell out. So that's the first reason. Second reason is I wanted to see if I can make the product different. And this is the biggest mistake that a lot of new sellers make. So please don't make this mistake. If you see a product doing very well, let's say a black color umbrella, selling for $25, 500 reviews. And let's say this is seller A, and you are seller B. You say that, okay, since he's doing so well, he's selling 50K per month. You end up selling the exact same thing, a black color umbrella, also for $25, and you are new with 0 reviews. Do you think that you will get sales? Anyone thinks that that buyers out there will buy from B? Okay, no, Arup says no. John says very little, maybe, but very little, because people look at your reviews and they will choose to buy from A. Makes total sense. The only way that you can get some sales is if you do this thing called dropping price. Sounds like a terrible strategy, so please don't do that. If you want to go into this marketplace, how can you still sell without compromising on price? What you can do is, you can potentially come up with something that looks very different.
Price.
So if now I come up with a different color of umbrella, let's just say I come up with a yellow color umbrella. I sell it for $25. Now I'm seller C. I have very little reviews, 10. Do you think that in this world, there will be some people that love to buy the color yellow? And because I'm the only yellow color umbrella in the marketplace, they have no choice but to buy from me, seller C. They will not care about the price and the reviews because I'm the only one out there. Make sense? So yes, it makes sense. Lou says yes, Arup says yes, John says hit and miss. Yes, depends on the product, of course. But this is how you can use this concept called differentiation to make your product look different. Because there will always be a marketplace of people who are looking to buy a specific product. And all we want to do is we want to make sure that we do not sell something that's exactly the same. If we do that, we only can compete on price and reviews. Does this make sense so far? So what I did was, I found a way to make the product very different. Come up with different color, come up with different designs. Today, if you want to do this product, why is it not the best? Because right now, the data is not so good. Right now, there is way more sellers compared to 4 years ago. The number of sellers have gone up a lot, even though the demand is still high. So the data is no longer the best. And also, it is hard for you to find a new design or a new color that isn't already currently in the market. So bottom line, this product is probably too late. Don't sell this product. There are always other products out there you can find. The third thing is this thing called profit. And I want you to guess how much is the cost price for this product. How much do I pay for 1 unit to my supplier in terms of US dollars? Cost price. Please type it in the chat. Claudio says $8, Bipu says 10, Ramona says $6.99, Lindy says 2. So cost price for this product, a day, 5 US, are pretty close. So I started out by paying about 6 US. Over time, as the quantity of order got more and more, today I pay less than $4. And this product sells for about 20 US or so, 20 plus minus. Do you all think that this is a pretty fantastic profit margin? You sell for $20, your cost price is about $4. A pretty fantastic profit margin. But do you think that Amazon also takes a cut? Definitely, because that's their business model. So I'm going to share with you, it's not all profit there. Of course, Amazon does take a cut. Let's say you sell the product for 20 US. Your cost price, let's say your cost price is $5. And this includes shipping. This is shipping and your cost of goods. So this is overall cost, $5. Let's just say, for example, Amazon. How much do they take in terms of fee? For those of you that want to know, Amazon takes 2 fees. There's a 15% fixed fee. That's what we call the referral fee. There's another fee called the FBA fee. This depends on your item size and also your item's weight. So let's say this adds up to be about give or take $7. What are you left with? You're left with approximately $8 over here. So this is what we call gross profit, excluding miscellaneous like marketing costs, things like that. How many of you think that $8 for gross profit is still a pretty good return on investment out of pocket expense of $5? Awesome, right, Claudio? Georgia says awesome, definitely. So here's the thing, don't worry so much about what Amazon takes, because this is only fair to give Amazon what they deserve for giving us the platform, for letting us sell on their website and giving us access to their customer, their fulfillment team, their logistics, collecting of the payment, dealing with customer support. Give Amazon the $7. We focus only here. Makes sense, right? So yes, Andrew mentioned a good point. Volume model is way better than profit per item. So yes, you can have your own website. You can make $15 per sale. But then you have to build your website. You have to find your customers, deal with logistics, fulfillment, collect payment. It's not worth the hassle. So now, I'm going to share with you after you choose the product, the second step. How do I choose a supplier? So first, where do you think most products in the world are made? This favorite country of ours. Made in China. 80% or maybe even more of all the products in the world are probably made in China. So it's not necessarily that made in China products are lousy, are poor quality. It is the specific factory, the supplier that makes the product that is more important. Because if you use an iPhone, iPhones are also made in which country? iPhones are made in China, right? Microsoft devices are also made in China. So it's not the country, it is the supplier. So where can you find these suppliers? And we're talking about online. There are definitely websites you've heard of before. So Claudio, you got it. Desi as well. Alibaba, the most popular one. Alibaba is where most of you will primarily buy from when you do the business. Even till today, I still source from Alibaba. It's everything is in English, so it's catered for the English-speaking market. And doing this business, some of you may even already have this question: do I need to speak Chinese? So I want you to know, you don't need to speak a single word of Chinese. Alibaba is all in English. Sites like 1688, Taobao are mostly for Chinese people to buy from the Chinese people. So what Alibaba, how does it work? Very simple. Go there, search for a product, you can find suppliers. But I want to share with you, how can you choose the right supplier? Especially if you never bought from Alibaba before. Okay, so of course there are many places that you can go and source for suppliers. Not necessarily Alibaba. I'm just going to focus on this as an example. So how do you choose the right supplier? Firstly, look at the pricing. Because, am I right to say that two different suppliers can sell the same product but have two totally different prices? For example, you can go into one supermarket, you can go into Coles, then you go into Woolworths. Two different places, but the same product can cost a different costing. Does it make sense? So it's because some suppliers have different fixed costs. Some of them may be bigger scale, some of them may have more staff, more employees, and therefore they have to mark up higher just to make a good profit. So always compare pricing. Learn how to negotiate with the Chinese suppliers, because you can always get a much better pricing. And also, MOQ. MOQ is what is known as minimum order quantity. So MOQ is very closely related to price. If you order a high MOQ in the thousands, your price will be low. If you order a low MOQ, your price will be slightly higher. So when you start buying from suppliers, do you want to start by buying high MOQ, or do you prefer to start with low MOQ? Which one will you prefer? Low could be in the tens or even in the hundreds. High or low? John says low, someone says high, Claudio says low, Shimak says low, Shubham says low, Julian says low, Mary says low. So most of you say low. Some of you still says high. Chris, you're not wrong as well. High is fine, because if you buy high MOQ, your price is low. You have higher profit per unit. If you buy low, you pay a little more. But if you are new, I will generally suggest to go slightly on the low side, because you have much lower risk and you also put up much less capital upfront. You all agree that when you start a business for the first time, you want to minimize your risk. You don't want to put too much money upfront. Makes sense, right? So, of course, Kumbi says yes, it depends on your risk appetite. Exactly. So, for me, my personal preference, just as a rule of thumb, try to order lower quantity, put it up in the marketplace. When it sells, you can always slowly increase your order size. The third thing is quality. And this is something that's also very important, because when we are selling to the US marketplace, people in US, are they more particular about quality? Are they willing to pay a premium for a product that is better compared to a cheap product that has poor quality? Definitely. So in Asia, where I'm from, in Singapore at least, Singaporeans are not so particular about quality. The marketplaces we shop are mostly a lot of Chinese sellers as well, and we are usually more price conscious. But what I know is for people in Australia, people in London, UK, Europe, even Australia, it's usually quality first over price. Okay, if my understanding is correct. So out of these three, which one do you think is the most important thing to focus on when you're choosing the right supplier? Do you think it's price, MOQ, or quality? And to me, the most important thing to focus on is, if you can only choose one, focus on high quality products. Because you can find the cheapest product, if it's poor quality, it will not sell for a long time. Only if you find a good quality supplier, that is how your business is able to last for a very long time. And how do you make sure that the quality of the supplier is good? There's only one thing you can do. The one thing you can do is, you can get a sample. You buy one piece from the supplier and you test the product first. Then you will know whether it's good quality or not, right? So just to illustrate a point, why it's important to get samples. Imagine if you saw this supplier that sells this rug carpet. You want to sell it to Amazon. And what you did is, you didn't get any sample. You just bought 50 pieces. You got it sent to US directly. And what happened is, your first customer that bought from you wrote this review and said that he tried to sit on this carpet, but it disappeared, and it's super tiny, and it leaves you a terrible review, and you just realize that you bought the wrong product. So this potentially can happen if you don't get the physical sample. So very important, please get samples. So what I did for my product, I got a few samples from different suppliers, and at the same time, I get samples from competitors, because what I'm trying to do is, I want to compare. I'm trying to see, why are some of my competitors doing so well? And if I can find a supplier that has a better quality product, and then I will choose to buy from this supplier. Right? So far, I hope it makes sense. Some of you had this question, Ben, how do I make sure that the sample is the same as the real order? So don't worry, because there's still one more process called an inspection. You can always get someone to inspect the goods to make sure that it's the same quality as your sample. So now, after you have gotten samples, and this is before you order the product, we move on to the third step, and that is analyze the market. And this is before we order. Before you order 50, 100, 200 pieces. We want to understand what the market wants, what the market currently does not want, and see how to improve the product. So what you do here is, you want to go into the marketplace on Amazon and you read a lot of reviews. Read bad reviews. You read the good reviews. You read the 3-star reviews as well. And most of the time, you will be able to spot a common pattern. So if enough people mention something that they hate about the product, for this example, the handle broke in two, handle was bent, handle broke after a few months, handle was broken. If enough people mention that they hate something about what is currently selling, does it present an opportunity here for you to go in with a product with a slight improvement and can fill the need in this market? Okay, this is what we call filling a gap, filling the market gap. Finding the 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, the thing that people hate, and finding a product that improves upon all this. So what we do, we go and read a lot of reviews. If enough people say that they hate the handle, and this is exactly what happened. I read so many of these people that say, terrible, handle broke, handle was bad. And what happened? A lot of these sellers were selling product A, this version. One supplier sent me this version, product B. Handle was better quality, it was more durable, didn't break so easily, and it was slightly bigger.